Yo, what's good, Dark and Darker gamers? Look, man, I wanted to talk about something today that's kind of been on my mind. What is the best class to run Demon's Glee on? Now, I'm mainly talking about the arena today, and how we're going to do this is we're going to compare Rogue, Bard, and Fighter in terms of the arena. So, the first thing, I'm mostly going to take similar gear and pass it around to the different characters. You know, like Rogue and Bard can mostly use all the same stuff, but we're going to use a couple different pieces on Fighter because, you know, we have access to plate gear and some different abilities that can change what you might want to run. So I wanted to first talk about just some of the base stats of these three different classes to consider the best one for Demon's Glee. Now, the couple things we need to achieve to make a Demon's Glee build is the first thing is you need 0% magic power bonus, so you get that extra one magic weapon damage from the Demon's Glee. So to do that, we're going to need 15 will. So I'm often going to be using this skin right here, the Sea Walker. It's going to give us 1 will, -1 resourcefulness. I think this skin is going to be key to running this and creating a good build, because the other will skins will give us minus dex. I don't know about the other, if there's any more, but I don't want minus dexterity. It's not good. So this is just -1 resourcefulness, which I think isn't really a big deal. So yeah, obviously Rogue has really low strength and Vig baseline and 11 will, or 10, but 11 with the skin. But we have Jokester here, so we'll get +2 all stats. So the key thing on Rogue is we're going to need a little bit of strength, a little bit of will, and a lot of Vig, because the HP is really bad baseline on Rogue. So then let's talk a little bit about Fighter. Now, Fighter is interesting because they have better base stats than the other two units, in my opinion. So we're going to start... Let me take this skin off because I don't know if we're going to run it. So we're going to have 15 strength, 15 Vig, solid dex, and 15 will baseline. This is amazing. This allows us to have more wiggle room and build a little differently on Fighter. So you'll see we'll be building a little differently with some plate pieces that I have here. And then lastly, we'll talk about Bard. So Bard has slightly better base stats than Rogue. We're going to have 13 strength, 13 Vig, 12 will. So this is more manageable than Rogue in terms of the stats we'll need. But there's no like damage skills that come with Bard. So for Arena, I'm going to be running Dissonance to silence people. And I'm just going to be running these standard songs to get the 4 buffs on myself and rousing rhythms on my whole team. And we're going to be using Shriek of Weakness to weaken our enemies. So I want to talk a little bit about what gear we're going to run. I think we'll start it off today with Rogue. So I'm going to put on the gear set that I have and see where we end up. So I got a Ruby Silver cap, Grand Brigandine, however you want to say it. We got Riveted gloves, Brave Hunter pants, and Lightfoot boots. And I've got some really good jewelry here. +1 all Ring of Finesse, +1 all Legendary Ring of Vitality. And then we have options here for our necklace. So we have a Legendary necklace apiece with 1 true, and we have a Phoenix choker with 2 Vig on it. So mainly, if you want to be tankier, you want to run necklace apiece, but you're going to do slightly less damage. And with Phoenix choker, you're going to get that extra 3 true damage instead of just the 1 true damage from a necklace apiece. So often I'll bring both of these in a match, and like if I don't have a good frontline unit to back me up, I might put on the necklace apiece so I can be slightly more tanky. But if I can play more of like an assassin DPS role, I'll take the Phoenix choker. So I'll be a little less tanky but do pretty good more damage. That extra 3 true damage is going to be huge. So yeah, we're going to throw this cape on. And on Rogue specifically, I think our HP is really low baseline, so I think I'm going to opt for the necklace apiece 9 times out of 10 when I'm playing Rogue with Demon's Glee. But I will bring the Phoenix choker as well. So if I have like a barbarian and like a fighter on my team, I can put on the Phoenix choker and try to play a little more elusively. But I like, if you can afford a good frost amulet, that's probably even better than your Phoenix choker. But on Rogue, a Phoenix choker will scale with your poison weapon, which is nice. So on Rogue, these are the perks we're going to take. I'm going to go poisoned weapon, stealth, Jokester and Double Jump. Since there's no damage perks for Rapier, this is kind of what we're working with. You just get Poisoned Weapon. And we're going to go Invis. I think Hide is really strong on Rogue. I think we all know that. You could play without it. If I weren't to run that, I would probably take Cutthroat instead of Hide. So we can silence those casters and clean that up. So yeah, I want to jump into the first match and just kind of see how it goes. Let's see how this performs on Rogue. Alright, so we're just loaded into our first match here. Looks like we got a Ranger and a Sorcerer on our team. So I'm definitely going to want to wear my Necklace of Peace, because I'm going to be the main melee character on my team. Of course, we got a lot of throwing knives. I got my hand crossbow, nothing too crazy there. Looks like we got a Warlock here. And now we're going to try to catch him off guard with the Invis. Oh, he knew it. Yeah, we die. It's all good. I think this team comp is particularly weak. I like Ranger a lot, but I personally don't think Sorcerer is the best class to be playing Arena on. I think Sorcerer really shines in solos and duos. When you're playing trios, you're often going to do a lot of damage to your teammates, and it's hard to set up the plays you want to make because you also are a lot squishier than other classes. I personally think Warlock and Wizard are going to be the way to go if you want to play a caster in Arena. So we're going to try to sneak up on this guy here. Now when you're playing double jump with Demon's Glee, you want to make sure you stay high above them. Looks like we died there, but we did a big amount of damage. My teammates should be able to clean it up nicely. I'm going to type all low. There we go, we got the win. Really want to double jump constantly on Rogue with a Rapier so you can try to get those headshots, but also not get hit in the head. Now, especially since we're like the only melee class, we're probably going to die almost every round. But the goal is I just want to do a really good amount of damage before we go down. I'm going to unequip my potions so I can be a little sneakier so they don't see me in the dark. Alright, we ruptured the Warlock. Missed the Crossy. And I whiff. Might be able to go invis here and surprise the Sorcerer. Hit him with the throwing knife or two. He should be very low. We're probably going to go down here, but we did a good amount of damage. There we go, move crazy around the map with double jump. Might get in there and throw some throwing knives. I got poison weapon up. We really can't miss this throwing knife here. Oh, that's rough. I got the warrior or the fighter behind me here. Hit him with throwing knife. I just pop a potion so we can heal a little bit over time. This guy should be very low. I can't see a damn thing, but he is dead. So See, I think Demon's Glee is pretty strong on Rogue because you can get some extra range on a class that usually uses daggers. You can stab people like around corners and sometimes get a leg up on your opponents with that. And we just have really good range options with throwing knives and crossbows, hand crossbows, so I think Rogue is a strong contender. See if we can maybe blow up. Should try to do some good damage before we die here. Oh, we killed a fighter there. Very nice. Oh. Throwing knife on the warlock. Another one. Another one. He should be one shot. There we go. This guy should be literally one shot. I'm gonna risk it all. Oh! My teammate kills me with his electric dash. It's all good though. Oh, nice shot from the ranger there. That's gonna be a quick little dub. Let's look at the scoreboard. Looks like we did the most damage. We did pretty good, I would say. We're getting in there, double jumping. When I come out of invis, everyone's scared and doesn't really know what to do. I would say Rogue is really strong with Demon's Glee. I'm a big fan. I think currently they buffed dagger perks a lot, like the thrust and dagger mastery. So using daggers is often the best way to go on Rogue. But I think Demon's Glee is still really strong on Rogue, especially with double jump. And we get the Jokester to get our will up. So yeah, I mean, that'll conclude it for now with our Rogue gameplay. So I would rate it really high. I like it a lot. So for this next section, I want to jump over to the fighter. I think the fighter is notorious for the Manosphere Crystal Ball build with the Demon's Glee. Makes it do a good amount more damage. I think they nerfed the Manosphere, so it only rolls 1 true damage now. Let me just double check that here while we're here. So we're checking the true magic damage. I'm gonna go up to the most expensive ones. It looks like we still only have 1 true damage on these. So yeah, I had a battle in my head. Do I want 1 true damage and 2 will, or do I want 2 dex and 2 strength? Basically, you're trading off 1 true damage for 2 dex and 2 strength. And me personally, I thought that it would be better. So I'm running the Cyclops Vision Crystal instead of the typical Manosphere, because I think they nerfed the ability to roll 2 true damage on the Manosphere. If they didn't, then I don't see it on the market, so it's not available to me. So I think the Cyclops Vision Crystal is going to be the best option here. So I made sure to get one with agility on it. I would recommend getting one with agility or Vig, because those are important stats, especially on fighter. And so I'm going to wear some plate gear here. We're going to switch the setup up a little bit. Legendary Top Film, we get our will and another true magic on there. Dark plate for magic resist and more Vig. Ruby Silver Gauntlets, good dex, good Vig, true fizz. And then I'm going to put on the other gear that we were using on Rogue. So I'm going to put on these Lightfoot boots. I'm going to wear the same jewelry. I'm going to bring my Phoenix Choker. Put on my cape. Now I'm going to bring my Brave Hunters, but we have the plate pants swap with 2 decks. So we can be extra tanky if we're running into a lot of dangerous melee units. So yeah, we're going to take the Demon's Glee with our Cyclops Vision Crystal. We've got true damage everywhere that we can get it. But then we're using a couple of the same pieces that we were using on the Rogue. Now I'm going to take Sprint, Adrenaline Rush, so we can get in there fast, even though we're wearing some tanky gear. I got Defense Mastery, Sword Mastery, Weapon Mastery, and Dual Wield. Now, I think you could swap some of these things around. Like, you could possibly go Swift instead of Defense Mastery, which would give us about 6 move speed, which is really good. But personally, I like Defense Mastery. I don't think move speed is as important in trios and arena. It's not as important as PDR is, in my opinion. So we're going to be about 47% physical damage reduction. Looks good to me. And now my will is going to be fine. It's going to be good. So we can pick a different skin. So I think my strength is a little low, but the rapier doesn't scale very well with physical damage bonus. So I think we're either going to want more dex or more agility. For me personally, I'm going to take more dex with the Philidian cat skin. Get more action speed, swing faster, apply our true damage faster. Looks like we got 21% action speed currently. We're going to get 5 from sword masteries at 26, and then we're going to get 10 from dual wield. So we're going to be about 36 action speed before adrenaline rush, which will take us to 50. So we're going to be swinging fast like a madman. That's what we want. Big damage. We're going to be moving pretty fast with our light foots and our brave hunters. Yup, let's get in there. Got my crossbow. I think I might go to the squire, pick up an extra set of frannies, and then I'm going to buy one more set of frannies. Now, the cool thing is if you're running weapon mastery, you can use throwing knives, which is pretty nice. Just more throwing options, but I'm going to take the franny. And yeah, we're going to get in there and see how it goes. Alright, so it looks like I have a rogue and a barbarian on my team. So we're going to have a lot of damage divided between the three of us. So I think this will be the perfect game to use our Phoenix Choker and boost our damage a bit. Now my fighter is slightly higher rated than my other classes, so we might run into a better team here. So it looks like we got a warlock here. My teammate just hit me with his club. We try to full heal before we get into... Oh, looks like we got a rogue. I'm going in. Sprint, adrenaline rush. Hit him twice. Looks like he had a similar build, but he had the mana sphere. So we swang quicker than he did. And that's going to be the first round. I think my build's better than his because I'm wearing plate armor. I'm tankier. And I most likely swing quicker than him. So I think our build is superior. When you play Demon's Glee Fighter, I think you definitely want to be wearing some plate gear. I think they buffed Slayer. So Slayer Fighter is stronger this season. And I'm pretty sure the Vision Crystal will proc the Slayer. But me personally, I like being a little tankier. Because even though Slayer does big damage, it's not very tanky. So we might use our magic protection pot this round. We'll block a little bit of damage from their rogue, from the guy's Demon Glee, and the warlock. So I'm going to pop this, and we're going to get active. Got a good crossbow shot there. The rogue might be on me. I want to fight this guy. Ooh, he beat me bad. I whiffed. Now, I wouldn't necessarily blame that on my build. I missed 2 swings there. And this guy's literally AFK. Now, last game, one of the enemies went AFK. So I didn't really want to show that whole match. I didn't think it was a really good representation of how strong my build was. So I wanted to play one more match here. Hopefully the enemy team does not go AFK. We could have a good fight. So it looks like I'm going to be the main melee unit this game. I'm going to take my necklace of peace. I might swap off the plate pants depending on what we're fighting here. I'm not an Ice Caves enjoyer. So it looks like we have a warlock. We might take off the plate pants here. I'm going to use a magic prop pot and I'm going to jump right on this guy's head here. Alright. Looks like they got a ranger down there. Looks like we hit him. Oh, this comp is a little scary for us. I brought a shield just in case I'm fighting a ranger that has shotgun. These wolves kind of griefed me last time. And I'm dead. I'm literally one shot. would wear my plate pants to be more tanky, but we can't take that -5 magic resist. It might be better to bring some really good heavy leather pants, or even dark leather pants. But I'm a little low on cash, so this is what we're just gonna work with. Now, especially when you're playing fighter, I would recommend bringing some magic protection potions, and I don't have any more on me currently. Take care of this ranger here. I'm gonna die here most likely, but yeah, I think we did a really good work there. Hope my teammates can clean it up. Yeah, that's why I don't go in. One of the keys to gearing right now is getting those high stat rolls of the base stats, like big agility, dex, strength. That's what really differentiates your kit being good from it not being good. See, this match is going to be really tough for us against triple ranged 2 casters. Ooh, nice. So we got kind of carried that game, but when we did get in there and we could do some damage, I think it worked out well. So even though we kind of got our ass beat, I think that was a good representation of playing fighter with Demon's Glee. I think it's extremely strong, especially with Adrenaline Rush and Sprint and being able to wear plate gear. You know, when I did get in there, I think we were able to make some crazy plays, do really high damage. But especially on fighter, your range options are limited. You are running weapon mastery, so you could take like a survival bow or a recurve, which I would recommend. But yeah, we got clapped a little bit. I didn't play perfectly, but I think you guys can see when I did do damage, it was very strong. Fighter is very good. I would think it's the best Demon's Glee wielder personally. Now we're gonna play a match on Bard. So we're going to be wearing basically the exact same kit that we used on Rogue. But we're going to take a survival bow. I'm running a legendary buckler in my offhand. So yeah, here we go. Let's get in there and see how it goes. I'd say we got a Rogue and another Bard. This team comp is not looking that great. I think Bard is slightly weak. And especially having 2 of them is not very good in my opinion. We're gonna pop up here. Hold my ears. Still got the same map. So I think the game plan this match is gonna be we're gonna want to do a lot of range damage with a survival bow. Make sure we streak before we go in. Now I want to say right now, I don't play Bard very much, so I'm not going to be playing perfectly. We gotta pull a couple of these wolves. We won't help. I hear a barbarian. Rogue, barbarian, and something else. Hit him once. So he's got a Zweihander. I would love to fight him while he has the Zweihander out. The club might be a little scary. I gotta make sure I shriek him before I go in. Block the Zweihander. Kill the barbarian. Pretty good. The stats you get on Bard is so much better than Rogue with all the buffs. Try to heal up a little bit before we have to fight this Rogue. There we go, very nice. And my streak doesn't go off for some reason. And we lose. But I think we did good damage there. See if my team can take him out. And he loses. I think we did pretty good there besides my shriek not going off. I do that very often in this class. I don't know why. Maybe I'm like clicking the last note too late. But very often the shriek just doesn't go off. We did use dissonance because we don't have a caster. But it could be good. So I didn't want it. For the last note, I just don't get it off. See, ideally, I get to fight the barbarian with his Y-hander out again. It's easy to block. Oh, we gotta fall back here. Just gonna try to stay healthy while we poke. I really want to shriek this guy before I fight him. Oh, not good. I mean, I did not play perfectly. I probably should have been in there a little earlier. When I turned around to shriek, that was kind of a big misplay. I probably should have just went in, or I should have been ready to shriek him. Oh my god, the rogue snuck up on me good there. But luckily my rogue backed me up. Oh my gosh. Since my HP is low, we're pretty much just going to use the survival by the rest of the round to fight. How is he not dead? Oh, damn, he outplayed me there bad. Yeah, I'm really not a big fan of playing Bard just because I feel so much squishier than I am on Fighter. And Rogue, you have that double jump to really get out of situations and not get headshot as often. Hope I don't get ratted on by the Rogue again. Looks like he's there on the right. Oh, they're all low. I probably should have stuck on the Rogue there, but he snuck away from me. Yeah. We did a really good amount of damage, but it just wasn't enough. Alright guys, I think that's going to about do it for the gameplay section. I think it's kind of safe to say, I think the best Demon's Glee user is a really close tie between Rogue and Fighter. I think Rogue, you have that poison weapon and that jokester, which really helps do a little bit of extra damage and gives you that range option with throwing knives and hand crossbow. But fighter, man, you just go in there, you're tanky, you do insane damage. I don't want to let these matches necessarily influence my opinion fully, even though the meta is a little different right now. Obviously, I think we had our worst games today on fighter, and then Bard. I just don't think Bard's the best class to be playing in arena in general. But especially in solos, I think Demon's Glee could be super viable. But yeah, I really love playing Rogue with Demon's Glee because you get that double jump, get these perks, you can hide. It just feels awesome, man. Doing really high damage, we're swinging fast, and on Rogue we're gonna have the parry option. You can run a lantern, but I personally don't like to, so I could have the option to parry. But yeah, man, if you're playing arena this season and you want to use the rapier, you want to play Demon's Glee, I would highly suggest you just play fighter or rogue. I think they're the best classes to utilize it. It's a lot of fun. I personally think rogue's the most fun, but I think the fighter build is super viable. And the fighter match I showed today, I was in just about 2k rating, so we faced better players than in these other two matches. But I think you guys could see when we got on top of people, we did insane damage, killed them really fast. Your Manosphere or your Cyclops Vision Crystal gives you a lot extra damage. It's just really good, man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I really appreciate you guys if you watched. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me get this out there to more people. But yeah, man, I got more videos coming soon. I'll probably play a bunch of more arena, and then we'll probably do HR on Bard, maybe Rogue, possibly Fighter, but I'm not a big fan of playing Fighter in solos right now. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. You guys have a great day. Have a great time in the dungeon. GG's. Peace out.